Adam is the newest DC movie, the first to feature the sort of anti-hero Black Adam, and also the first movie to feature the Justice Society of America for that matter. In this movie, Black Adam is played by The Rock. He was a slave thousands of years ago, and then he was at one point given the same powers as the character Shazam by the same wizard. Then he was asleep for thousands of years, and then he ended up getting awoken by a group of archaeologists. Now he's back in the world trying to exact justice on the same village that he was in when, he was around thousands of years ago. Except he's not afraid to kill all the bad guys that get in his way. That brings in the Justice Society of America, and they're all like, no, you can't kill people. He's like, yes, I can, and I will kill people. And now that kind of brings them a little bit of odds to basically how, he should be going about being a hero. Especially when the very evil that he faced from way back in that time is back here. I was really excited to see this movie a while ago. It was one of my most anticipated movies of the year. I was excited to see a movie that revolved around an anti-hero. A hero that goes about his mission not the most heroic way. Especially when I saw that the JSA was going to be involved, I was just intrigued to learn about them. I had no idea who they were. The trailers, they looked like cool characters, looked like it could lead to some good, superhero kind of showdowns going on. And ultimately what you get is a really fun time at the movies. I will definitely say that right now. For starters, okay, The Rock as Black Adam, that was perfect casting. I feel like The Rock should have just been a superhero for years now. I don't know why it took so long for him to get casted like that. I mean, just look at The Rock. He looks like a superhero. No one is that big and ripped as a human being and never ends up getting cast as a superhero. That just baffles me. But no, I really liked his character. He's clearly been through some shit. His life as a slave was fucking awful. He's back in present day. He has all these powers. There's a bunch of horrible shit going on. And he's like, I'm gonna fix this and I'm gonna fix it my way. Also, I gotta say, I really did love his dynamic with the JSA. Because with the JSA, they're your stereotypical superheroes. They're just like, okay, we go about things the right way. We're not gonna kill people if we don't have to kill them. They see Black Adam as this mess. It's like he's gonna cause more harm than he is gonna bring good, so he's a problem. We have to bring him down. Leads to some good conflict with the two of them, fight-wise, but it also, in a lot of ways, it kind of gave me some Captain America Civil War kind of vibes. Both sides, want there to be justice, want there to be peace, but, neither side is in agreement on how to go about things. You see the JSA's point of perspective. You also see Black Adam's point of perspective. And you're just like, I don't completely disagree with either of you. In particular, I really like the dynamic between Hawkman and Black Adam. That, for me, that was the real driving force when it came to the conflict between those two sides. Also, there's no doubt about it. When the action goes down in this movie, it is a really fucking good time. The throwdowns between the JSA and Black Adam, whenever, the two sides are forced to work together, that's also really good to see. Leads for some fun action and a lot of, I would say, crowd-pleasing moments. Nothing that's gonna get, amazing theater reactions. I'm not saying it's going that far, but no one's gonna have a bad time with the action that goes down in this movie. As far as flaws in the movie go, however, I'm gonna say this about the JSA. I wish there was a little bit more character development with them. I knew literally nothing about these characters going into this movie, so I was hoping we could get a little bit of a backstory, or at least learn a little bit more about who each of them are. The movie doesn't really do that. You get a little bit here and there about each member of the team, what their powers are, who they are as people. I'll say Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate, I really did like what they ended up doing with his character. I guess he got the most characterization, I would say. You also feel a little bit of a possible romance between Atom Smasher and Cyclone, but not enough to really get it going to the point where you're really invested in the two of them. I know, for me, I was hoping by the time this movie was over, I would be so hyped about the JSA. I'd be like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to see them again. They should get their own movie. They should each get their own movie. I'm like, I want to know more about them. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say they ruined the movie or they didn't bring anything to the movie. They did. But that being said, walking out of this movie, I was like, if I never saw them again, I wouldn't be upset about it. Not opposed to seeing them again, but I wish the movie left me really wanting to see them again. Me being here like, they need to be put in more shit. As far as other characters go, I wasn't that invested in the human element. When I say human element, I mean the people who are just there, ordinary people with no powers. There's a kid in this movie, he's clearly very fascinated by Black Adam. I think the movie tries too hard to make him Jack Dylan Grazer's character in Shazam. You know, the kid who's obsessed with all things comics and all things superheroes, and he's trying to tell Black Adam, here's what you should be as a superhero, here's what you should do. He was meant to bring comic relief. I got a little bit more annoyed with the character than I would have liked to have been. Also, the villain aspect of this movie, it's a pretty weak one. From the get-go, you see the guy, you discover what his motive is, and it's really generic. Oh hey, this evil entity from way back in the day, there's this guy that's easily corruptible, so you know, the two of them are just gonna join forces, and you know, they're gonna try to take over the world and all that fun stuff. Just nothing memorable about the villain, nothing memorable about the performance. I don't even remember what the villain's name was. However, one thing I definitely want to give Black Adam is this. This felt a lot more like a DC movie, as in, you know, it wasn't that humorous, it wasn't that light-hearted, I would say. It feels a little darker, it feels a little more mature, and I will give it props for that, because that is what the DC is more known for. It was feeling like for a while they were trying to be, you know, MCU 2.0. They realized, no, Marvel and DC are very different, so let's be what DC is. This felt like that. Also, I will say this much. There's a post-credit scene that got me pretty hyped. I'm definitely, like I said, I'm very interested to see where it now goes forward, at least with Black Adam. So all in all, Black Adam was a really fun movie. The Rock absolutely kills it as Black Adam. He was definitely the right role for that. I cannot wait to see more of him. I liked what the JSA brought to the movie. I do wish I ended up caring a little bit more about the team. I did love seeing the dynamic between the JSA and Black Adam. The action in this movie is really fucking cool. But I will say, the villain's pretty generic. The human element in this movie, that's also very generic. In the end, I will say it like this. Black Adam for me felt like a B version of the Avengers. It's certainly not as amazing or as groundbreaking or as epic as the Avengers. It's the B version of that. You'll go in, you'll have a good time, you'll see these heroes being kind of forced to work together. Not all of them really know how to work together to basically save the world. And you'll walk out of there saying, I had a good time with that. So that's all I gotta say, guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. And as always, don't forget to leave a comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.